this computer. There we go. We're recorded. So welcome, everybody. We are here because you decided that it sounded like getting to change your life and your results in 2 minutes sounded like something you'd be interested in. Yes? Okay. Wendy's like, I'm ready. Let's go. So I'm Suzanne. I'm an advanced director. I'm in Pennsylvania. Those of you who have been invited here are on a variety of the teams that you know who you were invited by. We're all part of a mastermind group that we have gotten so much from each other. I can't believe it's already been 2 years. It has, that we've been working together. So I was telling them about this talk that I did at a women's business group that I belong to, and they decided that they thought you guys would like to see it as well. So how this started is there's a book called Presence. Have any of you read this? Okay, it's called Bringing Your Boldest Self to Your Biggest Challenges, and it's by a woman named Amy Cuddy. Now, she is a professor at Harvard in the School of Business, and she actually does research to do with, well, she does proper research. So it's not junk science, it's proper research. And in reading this book, it kind of got me very excited about a lot of the things that it had to say. So I developed this talk that's really short. It's only about 15 minutes. That's going to change some of your results, and you will think of me forever. Are you ready for that? So let's get started. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those are American ideals, right? That everybody subscribes to. What does the quality of happiness depend on for you guys? For a lot of people, and I know you're muted, don't worry, that's rhetorical. The quality of relationships, sometimes it's the quality of our results, whether we're going to be happy, how we feel at any given moment. Am I happy? Am I not happy? Right? Some of us, I would say a lot of us, spend time thinking that when X happens, then I'll be happy. And what I mean by that is something like, when I have $1,000 show, then I'll be happy with my business. Or when I'm finally a director, then I'll be happy. Or when my kids are finally out of diapers and can dress themselves, then I'll be happy. Or my favorite one is, when I'm 10 pounds lighter, then I'll be happy. Anybody recognize some of these if-thens that happen? So the problem is, when you're always waiting around to be happy, you keep waiting around, okay? But then there's other people that you guys may know, that there are some walking amongst us who seem very Zen-like in they're happy right now. And they're not waiting for something specific to happen. And you think, wow, those Zen type people, they must have gone on some grand spiritual quest, or they've had good drugs or a great therapist. No, shouldn't say that. But you wonder, how did they get there? Well, I'm going to tell you how they're going to get there. A lot of inner happiness comes from feeling powerful within yourself. It's not about having power over other people. It's not about having the power to control everything around, but it's about power within yourself. So personal power. And what's this all have to do with changing your life and improving your results in 2 minutes? What if all it takes to feel more present in the moment, more powerful within ourselves, to feel happier now, to get better results, is to nudge ourselves moment by moment by tweaking our body language and our mindset that enhance our behavior and our results. That sound good? Okay. All it takes is 2 minutes, but we have to talk about it for about 15. So I think we all agree that language of all sorts is important, right? So there's our spoken language that is to others, and there's the language that we do within our heads. And then, of course, there's body language, how others see our body language, and also what we're telling ourselves with our body language. And that's the new component. Okay, that's the part that this whole book that Amy Cuddy was talking about. So very often when we speak to ourselves, we speak to ourselves in a way that we would never ever talk to other people, or we would never talk about our best friend, right? We pretty much always think and say nice things about our best friend, yes? And if they do something silly, we just think it's cute and it's just part of them and we love them, right? Well, what if we do something silly or aren't, something that isn't so great? We, beat ourselves up. The problem is our subconscious is also our best friend, okay? It agrees with everything we tell it, because a lot of your beating up of yourself is on the inside, not outside. So some of the things that we will mildly beat ourselves up for, if you say, I'm always late, your subconscious is going to say, yes, you're always late. And even if you were on time the last 5 times you went somewhere, but then you're late, look there, I'm always late. Okay, it looks for the proof all the time. If you say something like, I can't remember anything, I never can remember anything, then your subconscious goes, yep, you're right, you never can remember anything. And again, it looks for the proof. If you say something like, I can never get anyone to book a party, anybody here ever say that? Your subconscious says, yep, you're right, nobody's interested. Okay, so to most people, you're not always late. To most people, you're not always forgetting things. To most people, you do book parties, right? What are you telling yourself? So Henry Ford's famous saying, nobody will remember for anything else except the black cars, and if you say you can or you say you can't, you're right. So there's the internal and the external things you're saying. But here's the thing that you can do. You can consciously reframe that internal dialogue that you have. Even if you say it outside, you can reframe it outside as well. So here are the 3 things that I want you guys to change up. You're going to turn, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't, into I choose to. So you're going to change from I can't ever get organized to I choose to leave those piles there for now. Isn't that a nice thing to leave? I can't into I choose to. You're going to turn don't forget to into remember to. And what's that mean? How many times have you said to somebody else, even to yourself, don't forget to take your hat. Don't forget to call your mother. Don't forget to take your lunch. And how often is that forgotten? Right? It happens a lot. The way to actually say that, and this one takes practice, you will get such better results from the other people in your family when you do this, is to say, remember to. Remember to take your hat. Remember to call. Remember to take your lunch. It's a small tweak. It will make a huge difference for you. Okay, the third one is turning your I have to's into I get to. So think of this. Oh, I've got the kids. I have to go to the grocery store. I have to call Sarah who's thinking about a party. I have to. And every time you go, I have to, what's your body do? How about when you say, hey, I get to go to the store with the kids. I get to call Sarah who's thinking about a party. I get to organize my office. Can you tell that's a theme for us right now? Anyway, when you say I get to, your body almost automatically comes up, your shoulders come back, and you are in a more powerful frame of mind right then and there. Okay? Here's that exciting thing from Amy Cuddy's work. We can improve our internal dialogue with how we stand, with what we do with our face, and how we hold ourselves. So if you're going, well, so I love this quote from the book. I'm going to repeat this. So it's on the front of the book that Amy Cuddy is the high priestess of self-confidence for the self-doubting. Anyone self-doubting ever? Okay, so in case you're going, I keep talking about this Amy Cuddy person. Her TED Talk, if any of you ever look at TED Talks, her TED Talk is the second most viewed TED Talk ever. So you can Google her after this. You'll get all of it directly from her. But she, in this book, she details the science behind her work, and I'm not going to get into that too deeply. But what she is showing that, and forgive me here because I'm about to whip off my clothes, only the top layer. It's cold here, but you can't see me. Okay, how can you guys see me? Okay, so with 2 minutes of standing like this, you can cause your body to change your mind so that it causes your testosterone to rise, which is a good thing in this case. Your cortisol to go down. Now, cortisol is a hormone that causes stress in your body, causes inflammation. By doing that, your cortisol goes down, testosterone goes up, and this results in clearer thinking, deeper breathing, and you feel better about yourself. So let's take a look at how does this look in positions. And this is the hard part for me. I see this much of the square. So if you can't see me, do this and tell me that you can't see me. So what do we see? I have to get my notes here. I'm going to show you a couple positions, and you guys can say it to yourselves, but because I'll answer for you. But if somebody is standing, my love, kind of like this, does it make you feel like they're being all confident about things? No. It's a powerless pose. What if they're standing or sitting? If they're sitting in a chair, you guys, I don't know if you can see my hands, kind of like this. Again, does that give you a lot of confidence? Okay. And there's another one like this. All of these are what are considered, hopefully you guys can hear me. All of those are considered powerless poses. Here's the really interesting thing. You're not just conveying to the rest of the world, you guys could see that that was powerless. You are telling your body, which tells your brain, that you're feeling powerless. So watch your body language, because you are telling your brain to feel powerless or feel powerful. So let's talk about what are some of the more powerful poses that you can do. And this doesn't mean you have to be in somebody's face going, yo, I'm feeling powerful, okay? What you want to do is you're talking to somebody. On my video, all I can see is my chest. So hopefully you can see more of me. But if you're standing talking to someone, stand with your feet planted square, your body open, and you're in a more powerful position. Do I not look more available and open? Now, this is the classic power pose. And you know what? We all know this because how many are mothers on this call? And when we need those kids to do something right now, what do? We stand here like this. And we are not only conveying to them, but we're conveying to us, we are in charge. We all know a lot of these things. But what we didn't know was that we can change how our brain is thinking by these poses. So that's the Wonder Woman pose. So let's do a little recap on the before this talk way of thinking about things or talking to ourselves. How many of you have ever had this start of the day and you're kind of going, oh my gosh, I've got so much to do. I've got to get the groceries with the kids. I'm going to be late to get the dog to the vet. Oh my God, the house is a mess. I just can't get organized. Why am I always so bad at managing my time? I'm never going to get anything done. Has anyone ever said anything like that? Yeah, okay. Here's the new you. The new internal monologue. Now that was all outside. You can say it out loud. You can say it in your head. I don't care. But here's your reframing it. You're going to starfish up. Okay? And you're going to say, okay, let's see. It's a busy day. Again, it's just my chest. Okay, imagine I'm starfishing up, so I'm not looking at myself. I get to spend time with the kids while we go shopping. We're going to practice some of those math skills that they need some work on. Remember to take the dog to the vets at 3. I better leave at 2:45, then I'll be on time. While I'm there, I'm going to plan out what's happening for the day tomorrow. Everything's going to work out. I will have my list of 5 most important things I want to do today. I choose this wonderful, busy life. Ready, set, go. Pretty much the same information, a lot different energy, and it starts with your body. So here's a couple of other things, and then I'll open this up and we'll talk about it. Here's some other tips. We all know the whole smile thing makes you feel better, but what if you're happy? So it produces happy hormones. Oh, here's something cool. I don't know if any of you have had this, but people who have had Botox, it smooths out their frown lines. They report feeling less depression because they can't frown. So if you are seriously in a really bad mood and it's like, I can't get out of these things, go get some Botox. You can't frown and you're going to feel a lot happier. I'm not kidding. This has been proven. Okay? You can't frown. Now, if you've had a day, you can't go and get Botox tomorrow, so you got to get something to smile about. Here's the cheap and easy Botox. Put your pen in your teeth. You're smiling. The effect on your face is you're smiling. Guess what? Your face and your brain don't really know that it's from this. It will increase your happy hormones. Think about the times that have you guys ever had one of those things that you're working really hard, but it's all flowing really well. You throw a pen here and it just goes, right? Part of it is the pen and the smile. Who knew? Okay, here's one. Anybody familiar with this? The eye hunch? Guess what? What does that body language tell you? Powerless? Mm-hmm. Powerless pose. Every time you go to do this to yourself, stand up, hold the phone away from you. If possible, hold it out. Square your shoulders. Do not eye hunch yourself into feeling powerless. Sitting at your desk. Now this one I don't know if I can show you because I'm up here, but you're sitting at your desk. If you have a wireless mouse like I do, push your mouse as far away from your body as you can. Put your other hand over here. Maybe you have to type, but widen your body, open your body as much as you possibly can instead of hunching over like this. Okay? Combining the power poses. This one is brilliant. How many of you brush your teeth in the morning or plan to brush your teeth in the morning? As you're brushing your teeth for 2 minutes. Everybody's supposed to do it for 2 minutes, right? Stand in power pose. Brush those teeth in power pose. What a great way to start the day. Here's a silly one, as we're all very hot or very cold right now. But if you work at a regular office, which is usually cold all summer and winter, right? Wear layers. When you're cold and you're huddling in on yourself, what are you telling your brain? It's powerless. Wear more layers, wear more clothes. Don't tell yourself you're powerless by hunching in. And that's the main thing. The things that we've told our kids, the things that our mothers told us: stand up straight, shoulders back, plant your feet, smile, open your position. There's a reason why we've been told this for forever. Now you're going to look at all your kids hunching over there, and you're going to be like, stand up, stand up, stand up. Now you have the science behind it to tell them why. So in the words of Amy Cuddy, Your body shapes your mind shapes your behavior shapes your future. Let your body tell you that you're powerful and deserving, and you become more present, enthusiastic, and authentically yourself in all avenues of your life. So practice those two things for 2 minutes a day. Consciously choose the power poses and reframe your internal dialogue of what you're saying. I get to, remember to, I choose to. There you have it. I look forward to hearing how this helps you guys. So let's unmute. Love to hear from you guys. Comments?
That was great. That was so good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Suzanne. I think I needed that maybe more than my team.
Can you guys think of examples of times where you're like, you know, that you felt very powerful? If you think about that, here's one, the victory pose. You know, when you run across the victory pose, do you know that that is completely universal to all humanity? Blind people who have never seen anyone do that, they succeed at something, they throw their hands up like this. Isn't that kind of cool?
That's cool.
Very much so.
Any questions?
Are you going to share this recording with us?
I can do that. I can do that.
It was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
It gives you a lot of good points. I mean, realistically, I mean, the one that hit home is, okay, I admit I live in Florida, and most of you are thinking, wow, Florida, how cold could Florida possibly be? Kind of like Texas, which right now it's cold. I mean, for us, it's all relative. For us, it's cold. And I found myself this morning, and it's funny that you brought that up, huddling at my desk like this, just freezing, and I didn't get much work done.
Oh,
and
Wendy,
so
we're not feeling
tomorrow
really
will be different. I'll have 12 shirts on, 3 pairs of pants, and I'll be good.
It makes a difference. It's
Mm-hmm.
and guys, you'll notice this when you're talking to somebody. Notice how if you do this with your arms, put them down. If you're twining your feet around each other, that often indicates subconsciously that you're not feeling really powerful in this position, like with whoever you're talking to. Plant your feet, and you'll see that you'll start to have better communication with that person.
I really love, like, when you gave the example of the day, like, you know, like you're going to have a crazy day and blah, 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 and I have to do this and blah, blah, blah. And then just you reading it in that different frame of mind was so powerful. I mean, you can feel a whole shift in that mindset. So I'm excited to put that into practice where, you know, I'm using the language of I choose to, I get to, and remember. I knew about the remember part and the don't forget part because most people don't hear the don't. Anytime you say don't, they don't hear that. They just hear what's after that. So if you say don't forget, what you're saying is forget to get that. So, but the other ones are great. Yeah, those are really good.
Awesome. Anybody else struck by anything in particular?
I have a question.
Okay.
So when you're talking, instead of being, you know, all curled up, what do you do with your hands to be positive and powerful?
It takes practice, and it does take practice to stand there and not try and cover up like this, or it's really, okay, so before I answer completely, start observing some of the other people around you, the ones that seem to be really at ease in their own skin, and see how they're standing. Because most of the time they're actually standing with their feet planted, their arms fairly relaxed. They may have a hand in a pocket. One hand in a pocket. If you've got both hands in a pocket, that actually, you could be starfishing up. So that's, I don't know if you wear pants, but you can do this and be in your pants and just casually starfishing up. So it depends, you know, on what you're wearing. A lot of us will do, now here's another thing. A lot of us will play with our necklace like this. It's actually, men can take that as a flirtatious thing, but the reason why they take it that way is this is a powerless thing. Because look, you're hunching in on yourself.
Right.
So you have to just practice, Lisa. It's a good question. And you'll find yourself, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I was doing that. I have to stop. But you'll start to see and start noticing the people around. And here's one, and I did tell people at the last group, if you're somewhere where a woman is talking with some man or doing this is the ultimate self-protective thing. This is, I'm protecting my throat. I feel threatened. Now, it might not that they're necessarily physically being threatened. And if I ever see somebody like that, I go over and join that conversation and try and make them feel more comfortable. So if you ever find yourself like that, think, oh my gosh, what am I feeling so threatened about? Now, obviously, if you're freezing cold, it's different. But it's really interesting when you start getting into some of this body language stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I promised to do it in half an hour. So we're now at 28 minutes. Amy looks like she's putting herself back on.
I gotta go. I gotta finish up team stuff.
Okay, great.
A bunch of people here, but Suzanne, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Go forth and
we'll
be
see
powerful.
you guys later. I'm gonna get out.
Okay.
Thanks, Suzanne.
You're welcome. Good night,
Suzanne.
everybody.
It was amazing.
Thank you, Suzanne. Bye.
Bye.